relationship. So that's why a lot of the Hollywood relationships don't last, I think, because they get in those kind of situations and they just kind of mistake one thing for another. And if you notice, a lot of times when that happens, they fall in love on set or something. It almost always doesn't end up working out in long term. So that's the reason why. Obama, by the way, said, the whole thing, I don't know if you guys heard about the whole tax agency thing. He had said that, it came out that the IRS had targeted like Tea Partiers and some conservative Republicans and some highly conservative Republicans, tax returns and for auditing or whatever. And he said that was highly inappropriate, whatever. I agree. I don't think that's fair. I don't think you should target a particular group of people, even though I cannot stand Tea Partiers and generally don't like conservative people. I don't think it's right for the government to be partial like that. They should be impartial, remain impartial, and should not just target a certain group of people for auditing. However, if the reason was for, I also read, though, that the ones that they targeted were 501(c) corporations, meaning that they were corporations that had tax exemption status. And if you're a 501(c), which means that you are a nonprofit or organization, that means that you cannot legally, to keep your tax exemption status, you cannot legally support a politician, and you cannot be political at all. So in order to keep your status, and if you do, your status can be taken away from you. There are other nonprofit statuses that you can keep and still be political, but not that one, because that one comes with a lot of different perks, like churches get it and everything else. So you don't have to pay taxes on income taxes or whatever, and you get a lot of grant money and stuff from the government if you apply for it and everything else. So in that case, if it's because they targeted them because they were actually using their organization to be political and politicize something, then they think they had every right to do it because that makes sense. But if they just targeted them because the people who targeted them were liberal and not conservative, I think that's wrong. And I'm a liberal, but I'm also very fair-minded and balanced. That's what it means to be liberal, by the way. So I think what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if it's going to work against conservatives, it has to work against liberals as well. So that's what I think anyway. And as far as what was I going to say? Oh, I don't think I want to talk about that. That's kind of stupid. What do you think about Madonna? The reason I'm asking you this is because the woman is 54 this year, I think, 55 maybe, I'm not sure. And she is, she's had some work done the past 10 years, right? If you look at a picture of her recently and compare to what she looked like, say, 10 years ago, you can tell she's had a lot of work done. But I've always been an enormous Madonna fan. Anybody who knows me knows that. I love her. I've loved her since I was like 9 or 10 or something. And what do I love Madonna? Why do I love her? And a lot of people hate her. A lot of people cannot stand the woman, think she's a bitch, and she is, and think she's like just past her prime, and she is. But I think it doesn't take away from who she has been and who she's really a legend, right? So the reason I love Madonna is because she's a true artist. And what do I consider a true artist? Someone who actually takes their no, I wouldn't. There are plenty of gay people who hate Madonna, believe it or not. There's not a lot of them, but they exist. But the reason I love her is because she is somebody who says what she thinks. She's outspoken. She's actually really very, very talented writer. Almost every song she's ever written has been. I'll talk about Janet Jackson next, by the way. Almost every song she's written has been she's written it herself. So she's a songwriter, and most people don't realize that. And she's an incredibly talented performer. Obviously, her videos were incredible. She's an artist. She's a true artist, and people forget that because of all of the pageantry of being Madonna and all that kind of bullshit, And she's desperate for attention lately and that kind of stuff. But I still adore her. I think she's fantastic. Even though, honestly, if I knew her in person, I couldn't stand her. I probably would not like her. She's probably way too full of herself. She's probably a complete bitch, hard to get along with, and somebody that wants everybody to be a yes man around her. And I'm not like that. So I would be like, bitch, dye your roots or something. Anyway, so I probably wouldn't be able to be good friends with Madonna, but I still really admire her as an artist. Janet Jackson, I always loved her too. I think she was really great. However, lately, I don't know what's going on with her, but I don't know. I've seen her in interviews and stuff lately, like the last couple of years or so, and she has been, I don't know, weird. She seems like she's not like herself or whatever. And I don't know if the shy, demure Janet is the real Janet Jackson. I think the real Janet Jackson is the Janet from like If, or the Janet from like The Velvet Rope. I think that's the real Janet Jackson. I think she's really more like freaky deaky and kind of, I don't know, she's a little edgier than she lets on. I don't think she's quite as nice as she pretends to be. But I still like her, just like with Madonna. I still don't think she's everything she pretends to be, but I think she's great. Great artist, obviously she comes from a great dynasty of artists, of singers, and she has incredible sense for music. I don't think she has the best voice. I think Madonna's the best voice either. But I think both of them are really good artists, and yeah, I love her. I do. I think it actually, but though between the two, ironically, even though I like Madonna more than Janet Jackson as an artist, I think I would probably get along better with Janet Jackson in real life. I would probably like to know her more. I could be like her friend, I could be cool with her. Whereas Madonna would be like always trying to tell me what to do and shit. So I couldn't really deal with that at all. Oh, so let's see if I've got a Janet Jackson song on here. Do I have a Janet Jackson song on here? Because if I do, we'll play it in her honor. Do I have one? I think I do. The thing about BTR is you can't. In order to fucking upload a song, it takes for fucking ever. And when you do, it's a big arduous process. So I don't always have all my songs. In my real world though, like my iTunes account, I have literally 5,000 or so songs or something like that, or 8,000, something like that, a ton of songs. So I have a lot of music. I'm someone who loves music. Beyonce, I like Beyonce. I'm not a huge fan of Beyonce though. And it's not that I don't like her. It's just that she's how do I say? I don't know, I like her, but I don't love her. Her music's good and it's danceable and whatever, but she's not somebody I just look up to some huge, incredible artist. She's a good performer. She's got an okay voice. She's an okay actress, not great, just like Madonna. But she's, I'm okay about her. Lukewarm, I guess. I don't hate her. I'm apathetic about her, I guess. That's what I'd say. I could take her or leave her, right? So, sorry, this is how I feel. Take away my gay card. I just don't. I like her, single ladies and all that kind of stuff. I like her. If she came to Dallas, she's been here, of course, and somebody had a ticket to take me to go, I would go to see Beyonce, but I would not pay to see Beyonce. I guess that's the difference. I would pay to see Madonna. By the fucking way, let me tell you something. I had tickets to go see Madonna. Okay? I had VIP tickets to go see Madonna here in Dallas, Texas, when she was here in January. I think it was January. I think it was January. Got the tickets in October, waited 3 months or 4 months, whatever it was. I can't remember when it was. October or something. October to January or something like that. And anyway, so I got the tickets. I had 2 of them, VIP tickets. They were in the first 5 to 10 rows. And I got to go backstage and kind of stuff like that and get a VIP pass, whatever. They cost $3,000. Anyway, they were a lot. So anyway, I was all excited, okay? And I hadn't seen her in concert. And so I really wanted to go. And, waited all my life to see this, whatever. And so the day before, I was all excited to go see Madonna. The day before it happened, she had 2 shows here. She had one on the Saturday and one on the Sunday. I had the tickets for Saturday, which is the first show she had here in Dallas. And I was all ready for the show, came to my email, got an email and a text message saying that she'd canceled her show. No, my mother texted me and said, "Did you hear Madonna canceled her show?" I said, "No, she didn't." And so I went and looked, and she had canceled her show because she had laryngitis. So I was like, fucking bitch, fucking goddamn bitch. I was so fucking pissed off. I was like, you fucking bitch. Oh my God, I was so mad. And And so of course they're going to refund the money and everything else, our tickets, but I wasn't going to get to see Madonna in person. All the concerts I've seen her in have been, DVDs or whatever. So I've never seen her in person. So I was so excited. I was going to be really close to her and all that stuff, like near her, so I could see her probably, like almost touch her probably. So anyway, I was so pissed off. But anyway, so I would pay to see Madonna. I paid thousands of dollars to see Madonna. But I would not pay anything to see Beyonce. I'm sorry. I would pay to see Jackson too. And I think it also though, Beyonce's kind of new. I mean, like she came out in like the early 2000s. And I remember when I was my early to mid 20s. I was like 25, I guess, when she got popular. And I remember her, and I was like, oh, she's cool, whatever. But Madonna's been around a part of my life since I was like a kid, okay? And so has Janet Jackson. So to me, they're like part of my fabric that make me up, whereas Beyonce is sort of just somebody new. It's Lady Gaga. I like Lady Gaga, but I wouldn't necessarily pay to see her. I probably would pay to see her. I would pay thousands of dollars to see her. I'd probably pay $100 or $200 to see her maybe, but that's it. Let's see what they're saying. After watching this YouTube, I lost respect for Madonna. Okay, let's see what this YouTube clip says. Open a new window. Madonna threatens fans over cigarettes. If you smoke, I'll cancel. Oh, I have to wait for the 1.5 minute fucking commercial. Fucking YouTube is doing goddamn commercials all the time now. That fucking pisses me off. I mean, they didn't used to do that. You used to watch anything on YouTube, you didn't have to wait for fucking commercials. You could just watch it. Now you have to wait for commercials. I mean, it's fucking stupid piece of shit. Oh, skip ad. Okay, let's do that. Skip ad. Here we go. Let's see what it says. Hold on. Let's see if this is real or not. Yeah, that's okay. I watched it. That's typical Madonna. Didn't you see the whole hydrangeas thing? Some guy at an interview gave her hydrangeas, and she like turned away from the microphone to the guy she's sitting next to. She said, "I fucking hate hydrangeas." But what do you expect from someone who has been famous since she was 24 years old? She's now 50. She's been famous essentially for 30 years. She's incredibly fastidious, picky, always has been before and after she was famous. She is somebody who is highly, highly demanding. So she has highly exacting standards about every single fucking thing. That's why I said I couldn't be her friend. I sure as hell couldn't work for the bitch. But I still admire her as an artist. But you can't get things done unless her kind of, I mean, you can get them done, I think, but I think it's typical for someone at her echelon of fame and success, especially a woman, to be that bitchy. Sorry. I mean, most of the people I've met who are at her level of success are not always so great and friendly and peachy keen, They happen to have to be bitches sometimes. And I think I admire that she has to be that way. And first of all, the people who were smoking around her, so fucking what? They were smoking around her, okay. Well, I would be the same. If I were fucking Madonna or anybody else, some famous artist on a stage, and there's so many people smoking, it was like getting into my lungs, I would say the same fucking thing as she said. I'm not kidding you, because I do not like people smoking around me, because I don't want to inhale their secondhand smoke, because it's killing me because you're smoking. So yeah, I'd be pissed off too. So I don't think that was a big deal. That's typical Madonna to me. So, of course, I might just be making excuses because I love her, but no, I'm not. It could have been Janet Jackson. It could have been anybody. I still would have said the same thing, or Beyonce even. Seems like people forget that people are actually human. People are not supposed to be perfect. And when we look at these artists and we expect them to put them on this huge pedestal and expect them to be some fucking modicum of perfection when I say perfection, I mean perfectly nice all the time and never have a bad day and always be polite and always kiss everybody's butt and everything else. I'm sorry, but people who are at that level of success very rarely are always happy are always in a good mood because they're under an enormous amount of stress. And if you think about her, she is running the whole fucking thing. She's directing it, producing it. She's doing some of the choreography, not all of it. I mean, she's really one person doing a whole fucking lot. So I really don't see it